Captain Red Pill and claim to know everything there is to know about women, then why are you constantly pissed off at them? You see, gentlemen, anger comes from expectation, but understanding comes from acceptance. And we didn't get mad at Melina, did we? What about San Frank? Jasleen, anybody? Of course not. We knew exactly what they would do because we understand them better than Destiny, Neon, and Akash. You're her therapist. He's her lover. You give her comfort, he gives her chaos. And guess who she respects more? So after the breakup, she'll go straight to Instagram. First thing she'll post is a mirror picture, which is really just her showing off her boobs, which features massive cleavage, which is the point of the whole picture. She probably won't be wearing a bra, and the caption will say something like, just got some new earrings. And a very sad truth about dating in 2025 is that you should always expect a woman to betray you. No, it shouldn't be like this, but that's how it is. But women don't betray you because they're terrible people. It's because their loyalty belongs to their feelings. Because the second she feels different, she's gone. If her motion shifts, you're a stranger. You think she left because you messed up? Nah, player. She left because the fantasy expired. You could no longer deliver that high she got addicted to. Women don't love you, gentlemen. They love the version of you they created with their emotions. And when that feeling dies, so does their loyalty. I say all the time that men who are angry with women simply do not understand them. All the black pill guys, MGTOW Dictionary, Rich Cooper, Destiny, Neon, and now Akash are all pissed off at women because they simply do not understand how they operate. A man who truly understands female nature never gets angry at a woman for being a woman. You don't get mad at fire for being hot, do you? You don't get pissed off at wolves for hunting, right? So if you're Captain Red Pill and claim to know everything there is to know about women, then why are you constantly pissed off at them? You see, gentlemen, anger comes from expectation, but understanding comes from acceptance. And the man who sees reality cannot be broken by it. A woman will lie when it benefits her. A woman will love when it serves her. A woman will leave when it suits her. And a woman will return if no better option exists. Clueless men, black pill guys, weak men, they all like to scream betrayal. But men who understand women, we just smirk because we saw it coming. We didn't get mad at Melina, did we? What about San Frank? Jasleen, anybody? Of course not. We knew exactly what they would do because we understand them better than Destiny, Neon, and Akash. Guys like us know that loyalty is conditional. We know that forever has an expiration date. We know that her words mean nothing without action and circumstance. This is why men like us don't crash out. We observe, we adapt, and we win. Never hate a woman for her nature, gentlemen. Hate yourself for expecting her to be something she's not. A lion doesn't complain when a deer runs away, right? Of course not. He just hunts another one down. Way too many men are losing their peace out here fighting reality. We see it all around us every day. We see it online. We see it in our everyday lives. Hell, we even see it in our friends and families' lives. At this point, there's no excuse anymore. Men who refuse to open their eyes and acknowledge what's been staring them right in the face their whole lives, those are the men who are angry. Destiny is angry because he doesn't understand how his poly relationship blew up in his face. Akash is angry because he realizes Myron was right about his wife. And Rich Cooper is angry because despite being wealthy, women still don't respect him. But then they want to chastise us for telling them uncomfortable truths? Guys, don't be a Rich Cooper. Be rich in your red pill knowledge and awareness. Don't be an Akash. Be aware of what modern women are capable of. Don't be the kind of man that loses patience because of lack of understanding. Be the kind of man who never loses sleep because you know that you can either love women or understand them, but you can rarely pissed off at me for keeping it real. I'm sorry. You thought being her safe space would win her love? Think again, my guy. The only thing you're gonna win is disrespect. Yeah, she cries to you. She vents to you. She dumps all her problems on you. Then, after she sucks you emotionally dry, she moves to the next man who excites her. You're her therapist. He's her lover. You give her comfort. He gives her chaos. And guess who she respects more? You see, gentlemen, being her quote-unquote safe space, that's just another word for friend zone. You get the tears, he gets the sex. And when she finally wants to settle down, she'll come crawling back to you, but only after giving her best ears to men who never gave a damn about her outside of the 3 holes they plundered, without a condom. The prize that comes with being her safe space isn't love, it's humiliation. Stop being her emotional tampon and start not giving a damn about her feelings. Only then will she actually respect. Women don't really heal after breakups. Instead, they become performers on the internet and hope that you're the audience. And she does this to rub salt in the wound. So after the breakup, she'll go straight to Instagram. First thing she'll post is a mirror picture, which is really just her showing off her boobs, which features massive cleavage, which is the point of the whole picture. She probably won't be wearing a bra, and the caption will say something like, just got some new earrings. Then she'll post a gym picture, which is really a booty picture. Perfecting my squat form. She'll post pictures of nights out with her friends. It's giving new me energy. energy. But she's not healing, gentlemen. She's performing. It's not coincidence. It's strategy. Every caption, every picture, every pose, all of that is specifically designed to live rent-free in your mind. She wants you to see it. She wants you to overthink it. She wants you to replay it. She wants you to question if you were ever enough, because attention, that's her revenge, and validation is her closure. Men, on the other hand, we don't perform. Instead, we grieve in silence. We think inward. We don't post to prove anything. We rebuild. We don't need the noise. We face that pain head on. And this, among other things, is why breakups hit men a lot harder, at least at first, because we actually feel it. We can't distract ourselves from a breakup no matter how hard we try. But here's the twist. When a man stays silent long enough, her act starts to collapse. The dopamine fades, the mask slips, and suddenly she's the one watching you. She expected a reaction, but you disappeared, and nothing hurt a performer more than an audience that walks away. Remember, gentlemen, silence is more powerful than any Instagram story she could ever post to her. She's only affectionate when she's bored, she's cold when she's distracted, she's sweet when she needs you, and distant when she doesn't. The reason inconsistent girl destroys men is because she has no emotional stability. She has no self-awareness, no accountability, no boundaries, and worst of all, no loyalty to herself. And a woman who isn't loyal to herself can never be loyal to a man. Talking about equality, but in dating, equality is a con, guys. As far as women are concerned, equality means you pay for dinner while she owes you nothing. Equality means you stay loyal, but she gets to keep her guy friends on standby. Equality means you bleed for her safety while she screams, "I don't need a man." Equality means your ambition is toxic while hers is empowering. You should never have to tell her to respect you, cover her body, cut off any guy friends, or remove random dudes from her phone. Kinds of women who destroy men without even trying. And most of the time, women don't ruin men on purpose. I know that's hard to hear, and I know you probably don't believe me, but it's true. A lot of them ruin men because of their innate nature. Her environment is unstable. Her mind is chaotic. Her heart is unanchored, meaning she's always single even when she's in a relationship. But believe it or not, the most dangerous woman isn't the cheater. The most dangerous woman is the inconsistent woman. The woman who loves you today and has no idea who you are tomorrow. You see, cheaters break you quickly, but inconsistent girls break you slowly. These girls destroy men without even trying because they just don't know what they want. And when a woman doesn't know what she wants, she takes down every man who tries to give it to her. She's only affectionate when she's bored, she's cold when she's distracted, she's sweet when she needs you, and distant when she doesn't. The reason inconsistent girl destroys men is because she has no emotional stability. She has no self-awareness, no accountability, no boundaries, and worst of all, no loyalty to herself. And a woman who isn't loyal to herself can never be loyal to a man. When you tangle with these kinds of girls, you'll think you're the problem. You'll think she's stressed. You'll think you need to try harder. She is simply incapable of stable connection. The inconsistent girl destroys men because men try to fix her. But after a while, you'll start to see that she rubs off on you. Her chaos becomes your personality. Her instability becomes your anxiety. And the very worst part is that she moves on very quickly because she never bonded deeply, only temporarily. You gave her everything. All she gave you is empty phases. The inconsistent girl is especially dangerous because she never heals. She will pass her wounds to every man she touches until someone finally refuses. Talking about equality, but in dating, equality is a con, guys. As far as women are concerned, equality means you pay for dinner while she owes you nothing. Equality means you stay loyal, but she gets to keep her guy friends on standby. Equality means you bleed for her safety while she screams, "I don't need a man." Equality means your ambition is toxic while hers is empowering. Equality means she blows her 20s on chaos, then sells herself as wife material when she's 36. This isn't equality, gentlemen. This is robbery. Men buy the dream while women cash the checks. Wake up, gentlemen. The game isn't equal. The game is rigged. Because if you play by their rules, you will lose every single time. Before a woman truly respects you, she is going to test you. She'll test your confidence. She'll test your patience. She'll test your power. She'll ignore a message. She'll say something disrespectful. She'll flirt with someone in front of you. Now, as a side note, if she does any of these things, you are automatically putting her in the recreational use only category. Women who engage in these behaviors do not deserve commitment from high caliber men. Be that as it may, she still has to respect you if she's gonna let you smash. So in her mind, she's thinking, is this man emotionally strong or emotionally weak? Now, if you overreact to her flirting with someone else, that's a fail. If you beg for a response after she ignores your texts for hours, that's a fail. But if you ignore these shenanigans with poise, you pass. Because the hard truth these days is that her attraction doesn't rise when you chase it like it did back in the 50s. These are modern women we're talking about. And a modern woman's attraction rises when you stay grounded under pressure. Women don't fall in love with words, guys. They fall in love with your actions, specifically the way you handle chaos. Control equals attraction. Overreaction equals rejection. And the way you become more attractive in her eyes is passing her tests without letting her know that you're aware. Every woman's gonna test you, gentlemen. No exceptions. Quality women, promiscuous women, virgins, OnlyFans girls. They will all test you, but very few men will pass these tests. Be one of the few that passes and you will always be more successful successful with women than the men who overreact to terrible relationships for years and years. But guys, what this just goes to show is that just because she stays doesn't mean she loves you. Sometimes she stays because you're useful. You pay the bills, you give her security, and you boost her ego. So you're a resource for her, not her soulmate. Now, she won't fully leave you, but she'll never fully respect you either, because deep down, she knows that you love her more than she loves you. Plus, she knows how to reel you back in. She'll give you attention when she senses you've got one foot out the door, and she'll act sweet when she needs help. She'll also feign respect when she wants to financially exploit you. That's not love, gentlemen. That's strategy. Never forget that women are emotional chess players. They'll keep you close while waiting for a better move. If she doesn't chase you, test you, or fear losing you, you are not the man she wants. You're the man she tolerates. So many men think that real love is about comfort. Newsflash, it's not. It's about desire. And if she doesn't desire you, she's just biding her time. Gentlemen, you need to stop confusing loyalty with lack of options. Just because she's physically present doesn't mean she's yours. If you learn the signs of real loyalty, you will never be a woman's emotional with this woman. But that's why I have always said that a man should never have to tell his woman how to act. If you have to beg for respect, she's already disqualified. Because the truth is that a real woman doesn't wait for instructions. She adjusts out of love. She protects the relationship, not her ego. You should never have to tell her to respect you, cover her body, cut off any guy friends, or remove random dudes from her phone. If she is yours, and if she really likes and respects you, she already knows. You see, gentlemen, a quality woman guards your name, your peace, and the image of your union without you ever asking. The quality woman understands loyalty without a lecture. She knows that attention from other men is disrespect disguised as nothing. She knows that modesty isn't oppression because she knows it's honoring her man. She knows respect isn't optional because she knows it's foundational. If a woman needs convincing to act like your woman, then she's not ready to be your woman. The right woman aligns with you naturally without you having to instruct her. And a quality woman chooses you in her actions, not just her words. Because in the end, a man never has to remind a woman how to treat him if she's committed to women who talk about their exes on the first date. And guys, that's just stupidity. If her ex still lives in her head, she will never fully give her heart to you. She'll compare how you talk, how you touch, how you fight. Hell, she'll even compare how you pee. You're not a new chapter. You're just a temporary diversion. When a woman compares, she's not healing. She's benchmarking you. And guys, this is a trap because no man should ever have to fight the ghost of another man. You didn't break her, so you shouldn't have to fix her. If she still talks about him, if she still checks his socials, if she still holds on to what might have been, you are not her boyfriend. You're her distraction until she either goes back to her ex or finds someone quote unquote better. Guys, you gotta be a man she fears losing, not a therapist she emotionally. Guys, she's not gonna tell you she's using you. They never do. She'll smile, she'll laugh, she'll accept whatever you give her, and she does this all with a smile while never choosing you. She lets you pay, she lets you drive her around, she lets you listen to her drama, and she goes and smashes someone else at the end of the night. You're not her man. You are her safety net, her emotional sponge, her backup plan. She doesn't see you as a man. She sees you as a free resource with no boundaries, no limits that she can exploit anytime she wants. And the more you give, the more she takes. The better you treat her, the more invisible you become. Nice doesn't equal weak, gentlemen, but nice without standards, that's just simping. Yes, high caliber men treat their women, but only if they're respectable and deserving. A lot of my detractors like to call me a simp because of the way I treat my wife. She doesn't ask for much, but she has a fleet of designer bags, more shoes than I can freaking count, and I bought her a brand new Range Rover for her 47th birthday. None of that makes me a simp because she has absolutely earned every single thing she's ever gotten from me, tangible or otherwise. A simp isn't a man who treats a woman well, guys. A simp is a man who treats an undeserving woman well. And if she never chooses you, she doesn't want you. Do not let an undeserving woman use you, gentlemen. She's not gonna tell you, so it's incumbent upon you to recognize the signs that a woman is taking advantage of you. Guys, stop feeding average women delusion. They don't respect you for it. They clown you in group chats when you double text. They laugh at you when you send her another "good morning, beautiful" text. Respect isn't built through gifts or validation, guys. It's built through presence. Back then, all you needed to do to earn a woman's time was common courtesy, a lighthearted sense of humor, and maybe a little testicular fortitude. You know, balls. But today, it seems like you need 100K followers on IG, a fleet of supercars, and selfies of you on a yacht. Even that doesn't guarantee you'll get the time of day from even average chicks. Once your girl is on social media, she doesn't need to be loyal. She's got an audience, and that audience never runs out. Your "good morning, beautiful" text, buried under 12 other dudes' texts under the same thing. Breakups are not sudden. They are scheduled. She'll detach first, then deliver the bad news later. The short texts, less eye contact, busier schedule, her phone's face down when she's around you. ego. She's taking much longer showers, girls' nights out every week, telling you, don't be insecure. She's physically present, but she's moaning about their unrealistic expectations. But when you've got dudes out here gassing up threes like they're tens, this is what happens. Dude, half of these chicks got the confidence of Beyonce with the loyalty of a group chat. Why? Because all the weak men gassed them up. You got dudes out here buying flowers for women who barely text back. You got guys out here taking me selfies in her story like they just won the lottery. So you can't blame today's women for having these ridiculous standards. Because when the streets are full of simps setting the price too high, this is exactly what happens. Every single time a man with zero self-respect treats a 3 like a 10, it inflates her ego. That bankrupts the whole market. Now she's walking around thinking she's untouchable, ghosting dudes, curbing quality men, and then still have the nerve to post men ain't shit on her IG stories all the goddamn time. Guys, stop feeding average women delusion. They don't respect you for it. They clown you in group chats when you double text. They laugh at you when you send her another good morning beautiful text. Respect isn't built through gifts or validation, guys. It's built through presence. It's built through boundaries. It's built through not acting like she's rare when she's recycled. Quality women respect men who make them earn attention. Only the insecure women crave it for free, and you've got to learn the difference. So no, you cannot blame these girls for having ridiculous expectations. You got to blame the men who made a bunch of twos feel like, because male attention is the new currency, gentlemen. And these women out here are taxing you every single day. Every like, every DM, every reply you give her is free energy she cashes in. She doesn't need to sleep with you. All she needs is your validation to fuel her ego. You think you're getting closer? Ah, player, you're just another unpaid fan in her audience. You see, gentlemen, the attention economy flipped the game. Back then, all you needed to do to earn a woman's time was common courtesy, a lighthearted sense of humor, and maybe a little testicular fortitude. You know, balls. But today, it seems like you need 100K followers on IG, a fleet of supercars, and selfies of you on a yacht. Even that doesn't guarantee you'll get the time of day from even average chicks. And guess what? The guys who give her the least attention are the ones she chases the most. Guys, attention is like money. Spend it everywhere and it loses its value. Hold it back and it becomes priceless. She doesn't respect the man who gives her everything. She respects the man who makes her. Once she has social media, she's not a girl anymore. She's a brand. You see, gentlemen, Instagram made her the product. One post gets her hundreds of likes, one selfie gets her an army of thirsty dudes in her DMs, and every hard eyes emoji comment on one of her booty pictures is free validation feeding her ego. Once your girl is on social media, she doesn't need to be loyal. She's got an audience, and that audience never runs out. Your good morning beautiful text, buried under 12 other dudes texting her the same thing. She's not chasing love or purpose, gentlemen. She's chasing clout and easy dick. And you are the unpaid fan fueling her brand. Her sexual market value is inflated online, and you're the one trying to buy that overpriced vajayjay you'll never even sniff. Because here's the hard truth. Social media has turned women into products and men into customers. Guys, stop shopping at the Instagram thrift store and open up your own storefront by getting fit, getting paid, and getting the hell out of her. Shit tests work in a nutshell. Women shit test to see if you'll bet. Fail once, and she might forgive you depending upon how long you've been with her. Fail twice, she'll start to doubt you. But if you fail 3 times, she knows that you are not the man she wants. And at that point, her love turns to pity and her desire turns 5 things every man should know before they turn 21. Number 1, she slept with dudes uglier than you. Approach her, my guy. Don't be afraid. Number 2, if she's attracted to you, she will break all of her rules for you. She'll smash on the first date. She'll show you off to her friends and family. She'll cook for you. She will do everything to please you. And the reason for this is because women only make rules for guys that they are not into. Number 3, most players end up married. The reason for this is because they know who's good for a night and who's good for life. We have clarity because of our experience. Number 4, never stop improving yourself because you're getting sex. Because somewhere out there, there is a man skipping the gym, slacking on his side hustle, and giving up on his goals because he thinks he's fine now that he has a girlfriend he's getting regular sex from. Number 5, never commit to a woman who's afraid to hurt another guy's feelings to protect something you should consider. If you're watching a podcast and you're getting ads for female products, understand that you're listening to a podcast that caters to feelings rather than facts. Even if it's a man on a podcast talking about men's issues and doing man shit. If you're getting ads for female products and services, just understand that whatever you're watching is not going to be based on facts. It's going to be based on blindsided by these breakups. But gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, as a victim of this, breakups are not sudden. They are scheduled. She'll detach first, then deliver the bad news later. The short texts, less eye contact, busier schedule, her phone's face down when she's around you. She's taking much longer showers, girls' nights out every week, telling you, don't be insecure. She's physically present, but she's mentally gone. That's the rehearsal. And by the time she says, we need to talk, she already did to someone else. You're not crazy, my guy. You were just late. And if this sounds familiar, you're not the problem. You were just the lie. She moved on so quickly. But I'm here to tell you guys, she didn't love you. She loved the attention. She loved the comfort. She loved the version of herself she saw in your eyes. You see, you were the mirror. She was the performance. You gave her loyalty. She gave you moments. She wanted the benefits of your presence, but didn't want to pay the price associated with those benefits. She smiled when you praised her. She lit up when you adored her. But the second you need her to love you back, she vanished. Because it was never about you. It was about what your love did for her, not what she felt for you. She loved the idea of being loved, but not the work, definitely not the responsibility, and not the reflection. And when your love no longer fed her ego, she blamed you, not her emptiness. You gave her everything, and she left like it meant nothing. This is the modern woman all the time, but guys, stop believing the lie. Nice guys don't win with women. They get used, ignored, and replaced. As far as women are concerned, being nice is just another way of saying being predictable and boring. She doesn't respect men who bend over backwards. She respects men who bend her over. You think kindness is gonna win her attraction? It won't. It only wins you a ticket to the friend zone. The guys who get women aren't me. They're men with standards. Nice is safe, guys, and safe is boring. And as we all know, the worst thing you can be in a relationship is boring. It's worse than being an alcoholic. It's worse than cheating. It's worse even than being abusive. The man who is respected is not the one who pleases. It's the one who leads, begging to be liked and start demanding to be respected. Because women don't dream about nice guys. They dream about the strong men they can admire and surrender to. So you can be nice if you want. Don't be surprised when you lose her to as to why things went the way they did, but love ain't free, guys. Every relationship has an invisible bill. It's called emotional labor, guys. Her drama, her mood swings, her endless need for validation, and guess who pays for it? You do. You become her therapist, her punching bag, and her stress relief. And what ends up happening is that your grind slows. And what happens when your grind slows? Your mission fades. And all that energy gets wasted in keeping her happy. But here's the kicker. She doesn't thank you for it. Why? Because she expects it. And the very minute you stop paying the emotional bill, she'll call you cold, distant, and heartless. Most men these days end up broke. Not in their bank accounts, but in their spirit. Because they spent years paying a debt that was never supposed to be theirs in the first place. She knew what silence would do to you. She knew that flirting with other dudes would trigger you. But she did it anyway. Why? Because she wanted power more than peace. Number 3, her attraction fades the second you become predictable. Mystery fuels her desire far more than gifts ever will. Every smile hides a test. Every silence hides a mess. And every argument hides the question that asks, are you strong enough to lead me? You can master business, money, and power. But if you cannot master women, you will lose at least half of it in the end. So you've got two choices. You can either study her or you can be destroyed by her. If he senses even a little bit of attitude, if he sees even a little bit of drama, that dude is in the wind. I tell you guys not to blame women for being women and that they're not good or evil, they just are. But guys, some women are just absolutely effing evil. These are the sadistic women who intentionally screw over as many guys as possible. This is the girl who doesn't accidentally break you. She calculates every ignored mess, every cold shoulder, every time she told you you're overthinking it. All of that was intentional. She knew it would confuse you. She knew it would make you chase, and she knew it would make you question your worth. She does all this because she doesn't fear losing you. And women don't hurt men they fear losing. They hurt men they believe will stay no matter what. She needed control, so she played with your emotions until you broke. That way you become the toxic one while she walks away clean. Gentlemen, she wasn't confused. She was careful. And the hard truth is that she's done this many times before. You just didn't know it. She knew what silence would do to you. She knew that flirting with other dudes would trigger you, but she did it anyway. Why? Because she wanted power more than peace. And if you don't learn to recognize this game early, you're going to continue giving your love to women who see it as a weakness. Learn this for yourself because women are never going to just sit you down and tell you this. And if you don't learn this, you will pay the price down the road. Number 1, she's more attracted to power than love. Love makes her feel safe. Power makes her feel alive. Number 2, she tests you not to break you, but to see if you're the man that she can trust to lead and protect her. Number 3, her attraction fades the second you become predictable. Mystery fuels her desire far more than gifts ever will. Number 4, she will admire the man who walks away. If you cling to her, she'll despise you. Number 5, she may lie with her lips, but her body never lies. Watch her actions, not her words. Number 6, she's not loyal to you. She's loyal to the version of you she respects. Lose that respect, you'll lose her love and ultimately her. Number 7, deep down, she does not want to lead. She wants to surrender, but only a man who's strong enough to lead her. Gentlemen, women are never going to confess these truths. Not to her friends, and definitely not to you. But every man who ignores these things ends up confused, betrayed, or broken. However, the man who learns these lessons becomes untouched. Conquered nations, made generational advances in science, medicine, technology. We study business, theology, even history. But most men never study women, and that's exactly the reason why they fail with them. Gentlemen, women are not complicated. They are patterns. And if you don't know these patterns, you get played. Every smile hides a test. Every silence hides a mess. And every argument hides the question that asks, are you strong enough to lead me? The man who never studies women thinks that love is enough. The man who does study women knows that love dies without respect. Now, I know a lot of you meathead red pill guys will say, no way I'm gonna study women. If you study women, you're a simp. Women aren't worth studying, bro. And to that, I would ask, you wouldn't invest in a stock without learning the charts, the company's history, or future outlook, would you? You wouldn't buy a house without doing a walkthrough, getting it inspected, and looking up the title information, would you? And you wouldn't buy a car without checking the Carfax, would you? Of course not. So why on God's green earth would you risk at least half of your present and future income, your freedom, and possibly even your life getting involved with modern women? Because if you're here, you are acknowledging that messing with women is risky for all of these reasons. So why would you poo-poo doing your research on women if that's the very thing that could cost you the most if you're not aware of what they're capable of? Why risk your life on something you do not understand? Ignorance makes you weak, gentlemen, and weakness makes her lose desire. And when desire dies, so does the relationship. The man who studies female psychology is not controlled by her emotions. He controls the frame. Our culture likes to call this toxic. But men who refuse to learn about modern women end up divorced, cheated on, and or drained. You can master business, money, and power, but if you cannot master women, you will lose at least half of it in the end. So you've got two choices. You can either study her or you can be destroyed by her. But do not say I did, because while most women can sleep with any man they want, they have absolutely no clue what it takes to retain a high. And ladies, you got to understand that dating a man who's got himself together ain't for little girls. One wrong move and you are erased. No warnings, no second chances. A man who has carved peace out of chaos doesn't tolerate chaos at home. He's survived his demons already, so he ain't about to date one. If he senses even a modicum of disrespect, if he senses even a little bit of attitude, if he sees even a little bit of drama, that dude is in the wind without warning. He disappears emotionally, physically, and permanently. He doesn't yell. He doesn't argue. He just looks at your behavior and silently thinks, not worth my peace. You see, gentlemen, women are used to men begging. They're used to men explaining. They're used to men negotiating. But the man who has himself together does absolutely none of that. And the reason for this is that he has spent years healing, building, and evolving. So he is not about to let some yacht thought with zero discipline ruin what he's fought for. Ladies, you raise your voice, you play games, you bring attitude, he drops you forever. He ain't afraid to lose you. He's making sure he doesn't lose himself. And there's a big difference there. You see, ladies, successful men don't chase chaos. They eliminate it. So you have two choices. You can either date him the right way or you can lose him instantly. Because a man who's built peace doesn't beg for love. He simply replaces. And a lot of men make this mistake when pursuing women. But here's what you need to know. Spend money on a girl who likes you, not on a girl to make her like. Because if you're paying to impress her, you're not a man to her. You are a walking ATM with a static erection, hoping against all hope that you've spent enough money to get into her panties. A woman who genuinely likes you won't make you prove your worth with your wallet. She'll make it easy, almost too easy. When she's into you, your very presence is a gift to her. Your time is the prize, but your money is optional. When she isn't into you, nothing is enough. You could fund her lifestyle, pay her car note, her rent, and all her bills. She'll still call you just a friend. High value men invest where there's a return. Low value men invest where there's hope. And as we all know, hope is not a strategy. Hope is for boys, returns are for men. The girl who likes you spends on you. She brings you food. She buys you things. She gives you her time, her effort, and her body. No negotiation, just pure desire. The girl you chase with your wallet gives you nothing but bills, headaches, and excuses. Her love language is draining your bank account. Guys, you gotta stop financing your own humiliation. Spend on the woman who spends on you. The woman who chooses you, not the one you're begging to choose you. Because at the end of the day, a woman who likes you invests in you. A woman you try to buy will eventually sell you. Guys, I know I talk all the time about how my life is so much better because Devin is in it. But on the other side of that coin, I will be the first to tell you that being single is better than begging a woman to act like a woman. If you have to ask for femininity, she's already lost cause because she either is or she isn't. There's no in between. A man should never, ever have to negotiate basics. He shouldn't have to negotiate respect. He shouldn't have to negotiate desire. And he damn sure shouldn't have to negotiate loyalty. If these things aren't natural to her, you'll spend your entire life fighting her destructive instincts. The hard truth is that women want the perks of femininity without the responsibility. They want her to be treated like queens while acting like a concubine to multiple jesters posing as kings. A relationship shouldn't feel like you're coaching an employee how to be feminine. You're building a home, not a human resources department. Lions don't ask the lionesses to hunt. They just do. Well, it's the same with quality women. Their femininity flows effortlessly. If she acts masculine, you'll be forced to feminine. And this is how men lose themselves. This is how kings become servants. A woman who truly likes you drops her guard, her pride, and her ego. Femininity blooms under the right man. And if you are the right man, you shouldn't have to drag it out of her. If she fights you on everything, argues with you, and competes with your authority, then you're dating a roommate with emotion. Being single will always be a better life than negotiating her femininity. Because a woman who refuses to act like a woman doesn't deserve a man who acts like. Because here is a brutally cold reality that most people would never believe when they first hear it. But when they actually think about it, they'll know it's true. Most women have kissed more women than most men. Tell me I'm right. All these good-looking girls have OnlyFans. But what this goes to show, guys, is that you cannot fix a girl who benefits from being broken. She doesn't want to heal. She wants an excuse. See, gentlemen, broken, that's her brand. It gets her attention, sympathy, control, and in a lot of cases, a lot of money. If you show up with solutions, she'll show up with new problems. Why? Because fixing things would end the performance. She'll say things like, I just need support. But what she really needs is an audience. And you, my friend, are in the front row. Then when you stop helping, she'll call you heartless. But the truth is that you just stopped being her sponsor. Gentlemen, you cannot save women who love their own story of suffering. Because what happens is they'll drag you into the performance until you start bleeding too. The hard truth is that most women don't want peace. They want control. They call it healing while feeding off chaos. If you don't see it early, you will get destroyed by the shrapnel when she self-destructs for good. Trust me. And guys, they lie every single time. Every time. He touched me. Lies. We didn't have sex. Lies. He's just a friend. Lies. I only replied to him so he can support my business. Lies. I didn't want to be rude. Lies. I deleted the messages so you won't feel bad. Lies. All lies. Gentlemen, all of this is intentional. She knew it would piss you off. She knew it crossed a line. She knew it disrespected you, but she did it anyway. Don't fall for the excuses. Don't fall for the tears. Don't even fall for the fake confusion. But by the same token, there's no need to take revenge. Don't stay and suffer. And by all means, do not try to stick around to fix or educate her. A woman who shows you she's bad for you is, wait for it, bad for you. You're not her therapist. You're not her advisor. And you are damn sure not her savior. You ain't that smart, my guy. Just walk away. That's the smartest move you will ever make with a woman like this. When you're the dude she cheats with, you don't get theory. You get front row reality. The lies are smooth, the guilt is non-existent, and the performance is flawless. You will watch a girl call her boyfriend baby and tell him how much she loves him and about how she just can't wait for him to get home. Then you'll watch her turn off her phone, crawl into your bed, then laugh at his missed calls and endless texts wondering where the hell she is. Being the main dude blinds you, but being the side dude wakes you the hell up. One position feeds you fantasy, the other position feeds you truth. At 20, she dates you because she wants you. At 29, she dates you because she needs stability. Different motives, different experiences, different pressure, different existence. With a 20-year-old, it's romance. With a 29-year-old, it's a negotiation. One is a journey, the other's a countdown. And I've talked about this recently, but I'm gonna mention this again because this is some of the most underrated dating advice a man can get. Be the side dude just one time and you will never trust a woman again. Not even the good girls. When you're the dude she cheats with, you don't get theory. You get front row reality. The lies are smooth, the guilt is non-existent, and the performance is flawless. You will watch a girl call her boyfriend baby and tell him how much she loves him and about how she just can't wait for him to get home. Then you'll watch her turn off her phone, crawl into your bed, then laugh at his missed calls and endless texts wondering where the hell she is. But she's not worried. She's already got the airtight, ironclad backstory all worked out, with the help of her best friend, of course. When you're the side dude, you learn something that no book can ever teach you. And that is that women don't cheat because they're unhappy. They cheat because they can't. You see, opportunity is much more priority in her mind than morality and loyalty to you. Her boyfriend thinks she's an angel. He totally understands why she didn't call till the next morning. I mean, what else could she have done? You, on the other hand, you know she's a professional actress with an Oscar-worthy performance that she has had years to perfect. Being the main dude blinds you, but being the side dude wakes you the hell up. One position feeds you fantasy, the other position feeds you truth. Be the side dude enough times and you'll stop believing in good girls. Not because you're bitter, but because of first-hand experience. You saw the duality, you saw the switch, you saw the mask drop, and you saw the real her. It's not the purity you judge her by, gentlemen. It is her capability to remain loyal in the face of temptation. Because no matter how good a woman is, every woman is capable of betraying a man who swears up and down he knows her. After the side dude experience, you don't hate women, you understand them. You understand them on a level that most men never even approach. And that understanding is what saves you. Trust slowly, love wisely, and believe absolutely nothing without evidence. Because a man who sees behind the curtain walks differently, he talks differently, but most importantly, he chooses differently. Because once you've been the side dude, you stop praying for angels and start screening for demons. The main difference between dating older women and younger women, and having dated plenty of both, I can tell you that there are some stark differences between the two experiences. Date a 20-year-old and you get time, you get fun, you get peace. Date a 29-year-old and you know what you get? You get deadlines. A 20-year-old is discovering life. She's curious. She's playful. She's not in a rush. Her biological clock hadn't gone off yet. A 29-year-old, however, is calculating, checking the calendar, checking your income, checking to see if you fit her 5-year plan. At 20, she dates you because she wants you. At 29, she dates you because she needs stability. Different motives, different experiences, different pressure, different existence. A 20-year-old lets things flow. You get to know her gradually. There's a natural flow to things because they're not rushed. She's at her best and not her most desperate, and it's obvious. A 29-year-old, on the other hand, she rushes through all the intimacy, the titles, and the commitment. Not because of you, but because of time. And that's because Mother Nature doesn't wait for anyone. With a 20-year-old, it's romance. With a 29-year-old, it's a negotiation. One is a journey, the other's a countdown. You don't feel pressure with you. You feel possibility. You feel potential. You feel her choosing you, not her age choosing for her. This isn't cruelty, gentlemen. This is biology. As men, we age into our value, while women age into urgency. Two timelines, one truth. And that truth is that if you want peace, choose youth. If you want pressure, choose age. But do not sit here and pretend that they are the same experience, because I'm here to tell you, having experienced plenty of both, they are most definitely not the same experience. Not even close. This is where guys fall short trying to run cheesy pickup lines and using canned responses, because girls have a supernatural ability to determine very quickly whether or not you get laid. They can tell. They can smell it before you even open your mouth. You see, gentlemen, women have a sixth sense for male desirability. This isn't based on philosophy, and it's not based on vibes. This is based on biology. And if she knows that other women want you, all of a sudden now she feels that spark. If no woman wants you, she just doesn't see you that way. The hard truth is that women simply do not like lonely men. They like validated men. Men who are pre-selected by other women. Men respected by other men. Social proof is the modern woman's religion. Your dating history leaks through your energy, your posture, your tone, your pace, and your cadence. You cannot fake abundance, guys, no matter how hard you try. A man who gets laid moves differently. He's calm, he's unbothered, he doesn't chase, and he isn't begging. And women feel that aura like heat, which is why you always hear them use the phrase, "Is it hot in here or is it just me?" That ain't a cute slogan or some figure of speech. That's the truth. Now, a man who doesn't get laid, that guy's nervous. That guy is over-invested. He talks too much. He's desperate for approval. And women smell desperation like sharks smell blood in the water. Because at the end of the day, women never choose the best man. They choose the man other women already chose. Hypergamy is herd instinct. It is literally the hive mind. And this is why the same dudes get all the women and the nice guys get nothing. Women follow demand, not intention. If women want you, more women will want you. If no women want you, good luck with your pickup lines. Because women don't detect your worth. They detect your options. So the quick math here is to level up, get wanted, get chosen, then watch how quickly women all of a sudden find themselves in your proximity. Because if there is one thing that I have learned over the years, is that it is not your job to protect your woman from other men. A loyal woman protects your relationship and your peace long before you ever have to physically protect. Because the hard truth is that men only lose women who are volunteering themselves anyway. You cannot steal a woman who already doesn't have one foot out the door. You see, gentlemen, her boundaries show her character, not your masculinity, not your paranoia, her choices. If she's friendly with every dude, laughing too hard, replying too fast, entertaining male friends, that's not a threat, gentlemen. That's information. A woman who wants you closes doors. A woman who wants you blocks access. A woman who wants you creates distance, and you will never have to tell her. A woman who wants options keeps doors slightly open just in case. And the only way to fix that is to walk away. High-value men don't mate guard. They choose women who mate guard them. Because if you're having to police her every move, you already know the truth. And that truth is that she does not respect you. A loyal woman protects her relationship. A disloyal woman protects her excuses. So your job is simple. Provide standards, enforce boundaries, and then watch her behavior. And what's her job? That's easy too. Make your life easier, not riskier. If she truly values you, she will guard her attention like it's sacred. If she does not value you, she will hand her attention out like coupon. Men lead, women choose, and their choices expose everything. You don't protect a woman from men, gentlemen. Her loyalty protects your relationship and your peace. Always complaining about this or that, but the most annoying thing women complain about is the male sex drive. Men are so horny, they squawk, as if it's not the very thing that drives literally every decision they, women, make from sunup till sundown. But they can bitch and moan all they want to. The male sex drive is the reason the human race even exists. If men weren't driven by lust, most guys wouldn't deal with women at all. Not in their teens, not in their 20s, not ever. Because let's be honest, gentlemen, most women are annoying, emotional, chaotic, dramatic, and come with more baggage than Louis Vuitton. And what makes a man look past all that? His sex drive. Biology. Mother Nature forcing him to endure the storm so humanity doesn't disappear. A man's libido is the engine of civilization. Without it, there's no dating, there's no approaching, there's no relationships, no babies, no people, no species. Everything collapses. Most women don't realize this absolutely brutal truth. And that brutal truth is that men tolerate a lot because we want sex. Because if we didn't, we would choose silence. We'd choose peace. We'd choose purpose. We'd choose all of that over pointless emotional freaking chaos. Take sex out of the equation and all of a sudden better than 90% of women have absolutely zero value to offer most men. Is that harsh to say? Yep. Is it true? true? You bet your ass it is. Because men don't chase women because they're so amazing. We chase because nature wired us to ignore your bullshit. You want the real red pill, ladies? Lust keeps men interested. Peace keeps men committed. And 99.9% of y'all never understand the damn difference. And we wonder why most of these half-naked hoes cosplaying as quality women in these street interviews are all single. Big freaking mystery. Always hurts, and I know this because I have been here many times before, but the lesson here is that women don't abandon the men they love. They leave the ones they're finished using. Because a woman doesn't all of a sudden fall out of love. She simply runs out of benefits. If she walked away easily, it's because she was never emotionally invested, only situationally invested. You see, gentlemen, love makes a woman patient, but convenience makes a woman temporary. And it is very important for men to learn the difference. She didn't suddenly lose feelings. She simply lost access to what she wanted from you, and that is when her exit plan activates. Because a woman in love fights for you, while a woman using you replaces you before you even realize you're a placeholder. If she truly loved you, your worst days wouldn't scare her away. Andre 3000 famously said, "You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather." And shout out to Outcast, because only an opportunist leaves when the weather changes. Don't chase the woman who discarded you for convenience. Instead, chase the man you became after she left you. Because the breakup wasn't the loss, it was a revelation. She showed you who she really was, which means she showed you what her true role in your life was. Let her go, my guy. She didn't leave you because you weren't enough. She left because she was never yours in the first place. So while I do know that it is going to hurt for a while, it is very important to understand that over time, pain fades, but clarity stays. And clarity is what you gain from a bad breakup. Your value doesn't disappear because she walked. If anything, her value gets exposed. Because at the end of the day, she didn't abandon love, guys. She abandoned opportunity.